Hey everyone, so today's video is like a story time. It's something that happened to me recently and I'm just gonna go right into it. So Thursday, the week that just passed by, Thursday I had just one class. My philosophy class got cancelled, so I only had my English class, but my teacher wasn't going to be there, so she got a substitute teacher. And in CJEP or university college, you don't really get a substitute, you just cancel the class. We don't know why she got a substitute, but whatever. We went to class. It was a normal class, she said it was gonna be like. But we entered the classroom. Basically, we start off at a computer room, and there was this teacher. He was a guy, an old man, and he's just sitting there on his computer. Everyone's working on their own computer, and it's written on the board like what exercises to do. So we just do it. He never introduced himself, and he never made the attendance. Like he didn't name us like to do the attendance, so we never knew what his name was. And we are doing the exercise, it's normal, and then he's like, okay, give me your notes and whatsoever, and it was normal. Then we arrive at the class, and then things start to get weird. So he was following the plan of our English teacher, and that's what he was doing, and he was explaining stuff, and his examples were really odd and weird. He talked about modals in English, and he always used examples that, oh, your mother might be smoking right now, your dad might be drinking, but he always said smoke, like smoking a cigarette, smoking weed. He always said, is your mom smoking right now at her job? She might be smoking, or she might not be smoking. He always talked about smoking, so I think he's a smoker and he drinks alcohol, so he probably has problems. So that was kind of weird, but we were laughing. And then when he finishes explaining, he's like, okay, if you have any questions, don't ask me questions because I don't have the answers. So he literally said to the entire class, don't ask me questions because I don't have the answers, and I don't know what to answer. So that was a bit strange, but he's just a substitute. And then he said, okay, now do your quiz, but this time the quiz is gonna be in teams of 2. So I partnered up with someone in my class. We did the thing, and then he comes by, he checks it out, he says, oh, it's correct, it's technically correct, but it's not correct because you can, in this exercise, you cannot say it like that, you have to say it like that. But if I were to correct you guys on an essay, it would be correct, but on this is not correct. And then he said, oh no, you should say this instead. Like, he really like mind fucked us. He confused us even more. Like, this class made me dumber, I think. And he said, okay, pass your sheets and correct people. And there were a lot of exercises that me and my friend didn't have time to finish. We didn't have time to finish them, so we lost a lot of points because of this. And the person that was correcting us, like, it had 20 questions, each point was a point, and we had 10 rights, 10 wrongs, 50-50. Yeah, that's not great, but it's like that. So it's like a test that doesn't count for too much, like 1% or 2% of your grade. So it wasn't the end of the world, but the girl that was correcting us decided to write like big on the sheet. Like at the left of the sheet, she wrote -10 with a circle. Like she wrote it like at the top of the top of the paper to the left, super big, a -10. And she didn't say like 10 out of 20 or 12 out of 20. She literally just wrote -10. Then we gave out the copies. Then he checks it out and he says, -10 points, -10%. Then he says our names and he's like, how can you get -10%? And then we're like, no, it's because we had 10 errors, so it's 10 out of 20. And we repeated it 3 times. And he didn't understand what we said, so he was like, your teacher's gonna be disappointed that you have -10 points on your exam, and it's not an exam, it's a test, a pop quiz that doesn't count for the entire grade. And I know it's not gonna be -10 will not be written on the paper or online, but I don't know if it will happen, so I will probably send an email to my teacher. And this substitute teacher was so confusing that people just left class while he was talking, and he didn't know what to do. He was just like, oh, people are leaving, like they think they can leave. And he was like, oh, you got -10 points, and he just repeated it nonstop. He never knew our names. He never introduced himself. He said to students to put the answers on the board, and he told me to go put the answers on the board. He says, you, the guy with the good-looking white hoodie. That's a compliment because I was wearing that hoodie, and he said it looked good, but he called me the guy with the white hoodie. But yeah, he didn't know our names, never introduced himself, and he said, oh, I don't know what your teacher's mysterious trip is about. So when he said that, it was like, why are you saying that? Why is the teacher saying that? And and basically what happened, more than half of the class left. There was 30 minutes left of the class, and then out of nowhere he just decides to leave with a book. He talks to students. He's like, oh, are you finished? And then the student's like, oh yeah, I'm close to being finished. And then he's like, okay, and he just left. And then everyone in the class, we were like, okay, what are we doing? Do we leave or no? And then someone said, okay, let's leave. If someone like leaves, I'll follow them. So we all immediately packed our stuff and left class, and that's how it ended. So I don't know how he reacted when he came back, but yeah, this dumb girl from my class decided to write -10, and he thought we have -10 out of 20. So yeah, never introduced himself, always talked about smoking and drinking. Said that I don't want to answer questions because I don't have the answers. And yeah, it was just the weirdest class that I've ever had in my entire CGEP. Yeah, it was a really weird class. I don't even know the name of the substitute teacher, and he's smart. He's a little bit smart because he didn't say his name so that he wouldn't have complaints. So yeah, that's I think a reason why he didn't introduce himself, so nobody knew his name. And yeah, that happened this week, which is weird. Like, it was the weirdest class and substitute teacher that I have ever had in my school years. And yeah, that's what I had to say. And also, by the time that I uploaded this, it's like Easter or close to Easter, so happy Easter to the people that celebrate it. I don't celebrate Easter, like I just don't celebrate it, but we have vacations, small vacations, which is good. And yeah, I needed that. But yeah, happy Easter to the people that celebrate it. And I'm gonna end this video right now, so thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share the video. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on my social medias that are in the description down below, and turn on the bell for notifications when I post. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.